Good day and welcome to the Phono Cave once again. What you're looking at is the 1898 Edison squaretop standard phonograph, or otherwise known as the standard A phonograph, which compared to later Edison standard phonographs had some pretty primitive features to it. One is the soundbox or reproducer adjustment, because the reproducer as well as the recorder would have a piece of metal protruding here, and you could adjust the tiniest bit of the position the needle would be on the groove. Theoretically, you could improve the sound with that. In practice, doesn't really work. So they abandoned this part of the system and just went with an eye, which would screw down the reproducer. The standard A was pretty much the same as all other standards. Let's lift this puppy up so you can see it. And except for some tiny little changes, this motor stayed pretty much identical to this until the Edison company pretty much closed. Machines like the Fireside had identical motors to this, and some motors in Amberodas were pretty much a variation of this motor. So yeah, once something is built in such a way that it works, why change it? Yeah, what more to tell about this machine? Of course, it's an Edison. We talked about that before. It's a 2-minute machine, logically. Another feature on this machine is that it has a shaver. That part here, you would push inwards, as so, towards the cylinder, and you would shave your cylinder. The only thing is that the motor isn't really powerful enough to do that, so you have to shave really thinly. And since it takes about 2 minutes to pass the whole cylinder, you will have to do a lot of runs and rewindings for this thing to work. By the way, let's see. That's perfect for with this machine. Wait. Let's give it a bit of a... oh, look, we've got some juice. Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah, I remember that sound box is a bit dead. I bought this about 2 years ago for a very reasonable price. Normally squaretop standards A, they're pretty uncommon, and even in a incomplete state, and this is pretty much complete. Incomplete in phonographs doesn't mean without reproducer. It means mechanically complete, means it has all the motor parts. And it has all the motor parts. It has all the extra bits. It has these things, and so it's mechanically complete. The only thing that it doesn't do is play. But that doesn't matter, because these sound boxes are still made replica, and sellers know it. And if a machine is without a reproducer, it's not going to be reduced in price. Why? Because that's a part you can easily get. You don't need to make one. And they're not that crazily expensive either. So they're definitely cheaper than the real deal. So yeah, the Edison 1898 squaretop phonograph. It was a moderate success compared to, and 1898 was a bit of a phonograph boom year as well. People with money suddenly thought that the phonograph and the gramophone were the things to have in the household. Before that time, it's been steadily growing, but in 1898, it really exploded on the scene, and a lot of models, including this one and including the very well-known dog model, are actually from this period. And with the dog model, I mean the gramophone company's trademark model, which in its painted form on the painting by Francis Barraud is actually from 1898, between 1894 and 1896, and it was the machine was sold at its highest in 1898. No surprise there. Well, the squaretop Edison phonograph Model A. If it's mechanically complete, it will work. That's a great thing about these machines. Basically, you can find them rusted up, and you brush them off, oil them, take them apart, put them together them again, oil them, and it will work. Because these machines are pretty much indestructible. So, if you find an Edison phonograph and it's reasonably priced, then go for it. Go for it. It's a joy to have. Really, it is. And they're very good working machines, and they're going to stay working after you're dead. These machines are still going to be in working order in several hundred years. It's that good of a quality. And, with the Edison squaretop A, that's a machine you don't see every day. And, I also have the lid, but I couldn't find it immediately. But I do have the lid of this machine as well. So it's a very complete machine. Bought it for €150. I don't know exactly what that is in dollars. I do know that these machines in this state go for €300 to €400. So I really got it El Cheapo, and that's the way we do. And sometimes, I have the rule of not buying above 50, but it doesn't count for these machines, because you don't find an Edison phonograph for 50. Or do you? Sometimes things happen. Anyway, I hope you like this video, and so like and subscribe and hit the little bell icon so you can hear from me when I have a new video. And other than that, have a nice day and goodbye.